Alright, so I'm gonna demonstrate how we make the rice congee for the baby, and I've already done part of the step, well, a couple of the steps. Either way, I might have shown you guys this before, but here's the sweet peppers that we got, and we ground it into a paste after cooking it, steaming it for about 20 minutes, and yada yada. Place it into the ice cube mold, and we'll be using this. We have been using this for the last 3 days, and today is the third day actually. So yeah, the last 2 days and today. Then microwave it until it becomes hot, basically just thawing it. And yeah, I left a piece of kitchen towel to cover it because it basically explodes, and this way I don't have to clean up the microwave or the lid. All I need to do is throw away the paper towel and everything else will be okay. It's gonna be thawed and hot, which is what we want to keep things nice and clean. Now here's the rice powder. We bought this in bulk, so it's actually a little bit expensive considering that it's around like I can't remember, it's like 500 mils or something, but either way it's relatively expensive, but it's been processed and treated to make it safe for babies to eat. This is 3 scoops, and for each scoop we add 60 mils of water. That's 50 to 70 degrees Celsius. So for 3 scoops, we're gonna need 180. Yes, this is 180 approximately. It doesn't need to be too exact, but it needs to be more or less okay. Add half of it as you stir, and make sure to stir in only one direction. So it doesn't make any clumps as you prepare the congee. You could add a little bit more at the beginning, but it's all basically an approximation. It doesn't need to be too exact. Either way, all you need to do is make sure you add enough water, and you stir in a single direction. So yeah, this looks fine to me. Just keep stirring until it becomes more evenly mixed, like so. And once it reaches to a pasty texture, an even paste texture, add the rest of the water in. So it prevents clumping, and it also cooks the congee to well cooked extent. And just keep mixing, and it will eventually all dissolve, even though it's not really dissolved. It's gonna be evenly mixed eventually. Just keep doing this for a while. Now there might be a couple of clumps here and there, but you can either get rid of those or just smush it like this, and generally they will declump after a little bit like that. Yeah, they will declump. Now this time I didn't make it too well because you're actually not supposed to pour in the rest of it all at the same time. I made a mistake there, but it's still edible so far, it seems. And we just keep mixing and declumping. Yeah, now it's time to go a little quicker. It would be nicer if you have a mixer of your own, like cake batter mixer, those kind of things, but I don't know. I don't have one of those, and I'm not exactly gonna try something else if my current method already works. Yeah. Generally speaking, I'm a creative person, but now parenting has taken up all of my mental energy. I I just go with whatever works. Yeah, don't bother changing things unless it stops working, because you just don't have that kind of mental energy for creativity anymore. All right, so this is actually decent. Yeah, it's decent. Now, simply add in the whatever you got. Today it's still sweet bell peppers. Whew, it's actually a lot hotter than I anticipated. Now, yesterday I added too much and she hated it. It doesn't taste spicy at all, but it kind of leaves a tingly feeling on the tongue after trying it myself. And apparently the baby does not like that. And yeah, we could add a tiny bit more water just to make sure that she doesn't constipate. Yeah, it needs to be decently well mixed and watery. Oh man, it's actually a bit too clumpy, but our baby has a fairly strong stomach, so it'll be okay. Yeah. You know, it's actually decent. Yeah, it's decent. Not that bad. Keep trying to declump this congee and it will be okay. Yeah, keep mixing and hopefully it will dissolve. I'm gonna remove some of these clumps if it gets a little too much. Yeah, I did just say mix in a single direction. Do as I say, don't do as I do. Alright. Okay, that's a big clump. Alright, and yeah, it should be mostly alright at this point. Okay, and now we use this to cool it down because it's actually a little too hot to feed the baby. And just keep mixing for a little while longer. And also wait for it to cool down. It only takes a couple of minutes. And today it's just gonna be a long video then instead. Yeah, just so you guys can see basically every step of preparing the baby congee. And also to fix any mistakes that you might encounter along the way, like I did. And here's something I just wanted to say, like, being an English teacher actually forces you to speak not like yourself, and that's because you need to constantly focus on your grammar and your expressions to make sure that there are no mistakes. Otherwise, two things are going to happen, because one is that people are going to be picky about whether or not you're a qualified educator. They might say, oh, you can't even get this sentence right or this sentence structure right. How are you a teacher? So there are going to be haters like these, nitpickers, and there are also others like students who might replicate my mistakes, and even though I don't do it consciously, it still happens. All right, still a tiny bit too warm, and just gonna take a couple of more seconds. Yeah, so you don't want your students to replicate your mistakes, and That's a huge clump. We're gonna get rid of that. Okay, should be cooled enough to this point. Right, I'm gonna just drip a little bit on my forearm. It's warm and not hot. Perfect. Okay, time to feed the baby. I'm gonna pour most of it into this feeder because my baby likes to drink very quickly. And this way she will get fed and it's not gonna annoy her. She's very impatient. 啊，姐好了。It's a little bit messy, but it's gonna be all right. Now, normally you want to be clean and tidy, but you know, with a baby, it's a little hard to do sometimes. Yeah, we're very thankful to have our nanny here. 好啦好啦，爸爸今天背了一个相机，我们来尝一尝啊。Okay, and here's our little apron. It's very easy to clean and it takes like 30 seconds to dry, so make sure that if you have a baby, get one of these. It's cheap and really useful. 好了，一直看相机呀。好嘞，来，转过来。哎，好了，我们快要吃饭了。你也跟爸爸说，你听不懂的。好嘞，张开的。看看今天喜不喜欢。老师今天也不是很喜欢哎，还可以。Okay, and this is basically what happens. That's all for now.